Alright, we are group 4. Group 3 had some issues, so we are going to be going in front of them. They'll be going after us. Okay. We had the Trakhener, and I'm Melinda.
Sara, Beth.
And Brittany.
Okay, so the history of the Trakheners is that they have the size, bone, and correctness of conformation, yet they're extremely greedy and beautiful. The breed is becoming very popular. I don't know the exact population of them, but they're becoming more and more popular sport horses. The true name of the Trakhener is the East Prussian warm blood horse of Trakhener region, but obviously they just go by the Trakheners. They are the oldest European warm blood, dating back to over 400 years old, and they are the Schweiky, bred with a larger imported stallion to make a sturdier and stronger mount for war, transportation, and work. King Frederick Wilhelm I of Prussia wanted a better horse for the army and therefore selectively bred some of his stallions in Trakhener, which evolved into the Trakhener breed. As time went on, the selection process became stricter and even more selective of which stallions were used to breed to for the Trakheners. English thoroughbred and Arabian stallions were added to the breed to make it more refined, and the first stud book of Trakhener was published in 1877. The first stud book compiled by the East Prussian Stud Book Society, which recorded the horses of Trakhener bred by private breeders in East Prussia, was published in 1890. And 1936 was known as the year of the Trakhener because there was a great deal of success with this breed during that year. As World War II came to an end, the Soviets closed in around Trakhener, and it forced all of the Trakhener stud to evacuate all of its horses. And 100 of the 800 horses from the Trakhener stud survived, and what did survive was in very poor condition. In 1947, the Trakhener Verband was formed to replace the East Prussian Stud Book Society because they were no longer in Trakhener. And the Trakhener Verband owned and managed stud farms at all 3 of those places. So they were expanding upon just the Trakhener stud.
Some of the breed rules and regulations, there's a lot, but they're strictly regulated by the ATA, which is the American Trakhener Association. And any registered Trakhener should have the tattoo of the moose antler, which is pictured there. Active members must pay annual dues, or you pay 10 times the annual due to become a lifetime member. They're very selective in their breeding standards, and which is practiced over in East Prussia. They follow those standards. They encourage you to develop performing horses of beauty, harmony, great endurance, mental and physical balance, and possessing excellent character. The preliminary stud book of the ATA allows for only 2 combinations of breeding. You can breed either Anglo-Trakhener and thoroughbred mares, as well as Arab Trakhener, purebred Arabian, Anglo-Arab studs, and they can be bred with Shagya Arabian mares. The ideal disciplines are your really sport horses. They're elegant and refined horse that was produced as a selectively bred type of the warm blood. This horse is used best as a competitive sport horse because of its stylishness and sophistication. For conformation, they look for a rectangular frame and massive body with a longer stride, and that's their most ideal. It was dominated in sporting events way back, starting in World War I, in endurance, jumping, and even steeplechasing. It has always been bred as an Anglo-Arab, which gave it a competitive edge in competitions. Has blood from either a thoroughbred or an Arabian, and its bloodline characteristics are heavily maintained today.
The main influences on conformation were the English thoroughbred and the Arabian. They chose the English thoroughbred because they have a very defined frame, especially with the shoulders, withers, croup, and their angulation. Their muscles are very defined, and they chose the breed also because it improved the walk and canter of the Trakhener. And they also have a very large body size, correct conformation, and they have calm, quiet temperament. The greatest single influence on the Trakhener breed of horse was the English Thoroughbred Perfectionist. For the Arabian, they were mainly used to refine the breed further. Their hardiness, frugality, endurance, good health, and hardiness really helped improve the breed. And they have a good-natured temperament, well-balanced body, elegance of appearance, beauty and expressive head. They have longevity, high fertility, and rapid regeneration after stress. This is a quote from one of our sources. "The Arab effect should not be underestimated and always remains a powerful balancing element counterbalancing deficiencies in constitution or temperament caused by the thoroughbred." The combination of the thoroughbred and the Arabian gives the Trakhener specific performance characteristics unique to the breed. This is Perfectionist. He was foaled in Great Britain in 1899. He was the chief stallion in Trakhener for 3 seasons, from 1904 to 1906. He was the most influential through his sons, Tempelhuter, Jagdeheld, Erleher, and his daughters, Posthalterin, and the dame of the foundation, Sara Parsifal. He was very strong with good conformation and correct movements, and his offspring had a lot of jumping talent and were good for fox hunters. This is Tempelhuter. He was foaled in 1904 by Perfectionist, and he was the chief sire from 1916 to 1931. He's the perfect example of the Trakhener horse, and there was a statue built for him in front of the castle of Trakhener until the Soviets took it and stole it. Upon his death, he produced 54 stallions and 60 broodmares at Trakhener, and he appears in nearly all of today's Trakhener breeds. As for major faults of the breed classically has very good conformation due to the closed breeding process. This breeding method has the advantage that the traits and performance characteristics typical of the Trakhener can be fixed in a consolidated way. Each stallion must go through rigorous tests before being approved for the breed. Breeders also pay close attention to conformation faults, and if they have any major conformation faults, they typically do not get bred or approved. And they're very, very successful for sport horse breeds.
So the ideal candidates are anywhere between 15.3 and 16.3 hands. They can be any color. They should have expressive, large eyes, and freedom at the throat lash. Large sloping shoulder, well-defined withers that go far into the back, clearly defined limbs, large joints, and sculpted muscles. They should be uncomplicated, alert, and intelligent in demeanor. And they should show movement, which clearly shows swinging thrust mounts. These are some big winners. Windfall. He is a Trakhener ridden by Deer and Cha-Cha. He's 1992 Trakhener stallion, 16.3 hands. He competed in advanced eventing at the Olympics Rolex. This is one of the most famous Trakheners. He is a 1970 Trakhener stallion, and he's the most successful show jumper in Trakhener breeding, with numerous gold medals in the Olympics, World Championships, and FBI World Cup. And this is Ultimo, a famous dressage sport horse Trakhener, competed in the Olympic Games and all throughout Europe.
Our PowerPoint.